You know, they say sometimes truth is stranger than fiction. Do you know that a Canadian from Niagara Falls, Ontario, was the biggest influence on Prince in the 1980s? Yeah, you're saying, Jeffrey, what the hell are you talking about? Well, I'm talking about one of the best singers of the era who basically was on a path that she didn't want to be on and found the Lord and drew much more positives out of her life than she did in the first 2 decades of her existence on this planet. Of course, we're going to be talking about Vanity. Now, Denise Katrina Matthews, born in Niagara Falls, Ontario, January 4th, 1959, was known professionally as Vanity. It was a Canadian singer, model, and actress. Known for her image as a sex symbol in the 1980s, she became an evangelist and renounced her career as Vanity in the 1990s. Vanity was the lead singer of the female trio Vanity Six, was created by musician Prince, who happened to be her paramour. Known for the 82 hit song Nasty Girl, they disbanded in 83 when she decided to embark on a solo career. She released two solo albums on Motown, Wild Animal and Skin on Skin. She had minor hit singles with Pretty Mess, Mechanical Emotion, Under the Influence, and Undress, which was from the 88 film Action Jackson with Carl Weathers. She also has a successful career as an actress, starring in the films The Last Dragon and 52 Pickup, as well as Action Jackson, and a myriad of Canadian shows before she was discovered and after. Now, after years of drug abuse, which caused numerous health issues, she became a born again Christian in '92. She later devoted herself to her church in Fremont, California, but passed away due to kidney complications at age 57 on February 15, 2016. Now, born the daughter of Helga Sanyak and Livia James Matthews, her mother was of German Jewish and Polish Jewish descent, and she was who was born in Germany, while her father was African American and born in Wilmington, North Carolina. She had three sisters: Patricia, Deborah, Renee, and several half brothers and sisters. Her father died when she was 15, and she revealed to Jet magazine in '93 that her father physically and verbally abused her for years. The abuse caused her to have a negative self image. For 15 years, he bet me badly, she said. I wish I could see my father in heaven, but I won't. He's in hell, she noted. Now, Matthews began entering local beauty pageants before moving to Toronto, where she modeled. She won the Miss Niagara hospitality title in '77 and went on to compete for Miss Canada in 1978. There is a CTV tapes out there of her performance because of very few black contestants at the time. At age 17, she eventually moved to New York City to further her career. She signed with the Zolli Model Agency. However, because she was short, her modeling career was limited to commercials and photo shoots and excluded runway work. She appeared in commercials for Pearl Drops toothpaste before completing a modeling stint in Japan. She also appeared on Nightlife Unlimited's album cover Let's Do It Again in 1980. She eventually ended up doing Canadian shows, including a small role in the horror movie Terror Train, which was filmed in Montreal in 1977. Now, she then went to Toronto to film the lead role in the B movie Chanya's Island, and for both roles, she was credited as Dee Dee Winters. Now, Matthews appeared on the cover of the funk band Cameo's album cover Alligator Woman, released in March '82. She had met musician Prince at the American Music Awards earlier that year. After learning that she could sing, Prince later invited her to front a girl group he had formed called the Hookers. Prince initially wanted to name her Vagina or Vagina, but she refused, so they settled on Vanity, as she considered her to be the female form of himself. The group was renamed Vanity Six. The group recorded one album and had some major success internationally with the often banned Nasty Girl. They wore lingerie, and Vanity's image became that of an erotic and sexy Nasty Girl. Prince created the whole Vanity Six image. She said, "It bothered me at the time. I lied and said it was the image I wanted. I did it because he told me I had to do it. If I didn't do it, I wouldn't get paid. I got into it. I wanted the old Diana Ross image," she said. Now, Vanity Prince appeared on the cover of the April 26, '83 issue of Rolling Stone. In August of that year, she abruptly left the group and turned down a role in the '84 film Purple Rain, which went to replace him with Apollonia Catero. And if you see certain scenes, the creation of Apollonia, it kind of mimics what happened with Vanity, and the on stage, the sexuality with the bustiers and the big lingerie and stuff. In 2023, I don't think that would have went over too well, but that's what the funk style was back then. In '84, she signed with Motown as a solo artist and recorded the funk pop album Wild Animal. Again, she had mild success on the U.S. pop and R&B charts with the double entendre single Pretty Mess on My Dress, and Mechanical Emotion. She was very big in the gay clubs at the time too, but then they found out she was Canadian, and according to my friends in the St. John gay community, really turned a lot of gay people off throughout Canada and the States. For obvious reasons, because you can't be a gay pop icon from Canada at the time. Now, in '95, her career took a turn, where she made her mainstream film debut in The Last Dragon, which featured her song Seven Heaven. She wanted the role in the '85 film The Color Purple, but Spielberg thought she looked too young. In '86, she released her second to last album, Skin on Skin, which produced a top 10 R&B hit, Under the Influence. That year, she also starred in Never Too Young to Die opposite John Stamos, and the 52 pickup movie with that was a kind of a modern film noir. Now in '87, she guest starred in an episode of Miami Vice's third season, getting major publicity. It was a great performance, by the way. She went on to co-star with Carl Weathers in the '88 film Action Jackson, which was featured on Hollywood Suite in Canada in November, and this was her highest profile role. Other co-stars for that, including Craig T. Nelson and Sharon Stone. She also appeared nude in the April '88 issue of Playboy. Now, she had a role on numerous TV programs. Friday the 13th, the series, and the episodes entitled Mesmer's Bauble in '89. She played a villain who tortured Nancy Allen's character in the 1990 TV movie Memories of Murder, and also appeared in an episode of The Highlander the series in '92. Her last role was in the film Kiss of Death in '93. And of course, she was a Canadian actress, so a lot of these productions she was hired because she was not only talented, but she's Canadian. Now, the besides Prince, where they met in January 1980, she was linked romantically for a while to Adam Ant, who wrote the track Vanity about her on the '83 album he put out called Strip, and of course Billy Idol. That was quite the couple, quite the nice looking couple as well. Now, during an appearance on the Arsenio Hall show in '87, Matthews announced that she and Motley Crue bassist Nikki Sixx were engaged. She often joked that she would become Vanity Sixx, Sixx again. In his memoir, The Heroin Diaries, A Year in the Life of a Shattered Rock Star, Sixx detailed their volatile relationship and drug use. He stated that Vanity taught him how to freebase cocaine. Now, on her first anniversary of sobriety, Matthews married football player Anthony Smith of the Raiders in '95. Matthews was working as an evangelist in San Jose when she read about Smith's philanthropic activities in L.A. The Lord told me that I would go down to L.A. and minister to him, she told Ebony. 3 days after they met, she proposed to him. They married after a 1-month whirlwind romance. The wedding took place at Smith's home in Playa del Rey. Smith revealed that they often argued because of her kind nature. Matthews had a habit of inviting homeless people into her home for food and showers. She often gave out their home number to complete strangers. Smith was volatile and her marriage ended in '96. After they separated, Smith was arrested for domestic violence involving another woman. He was later convicted of 3 murders. Now, in '92, Vanity met actor Sam J. Jones during the filming of Da Vinci's War. Jones invited Vanity to read the Bible with him during a lunch break. Shortly thereafter, Vanity became a born-again Christian. In several interviews, she stated that she would not play any more sexualized roles. Simultaneously, she renounced her stage name Vanity and reverted to Denise Matthews. She traveled extensively throughout the South with her friend agent Benjamin Jimerson Phillips, giving her testimony and conversion to Christianity. Now, in '94, unfortunately, she was hospitalized for 3 months for near-fatal kidney failure from a drug overdose. She recalled later that after being rushed to the hospital, doctors said she only had 3 days to live while on life support. It was Jimerson Phillips who then sent Western Union telegrams to Prince, notifying him of her condition. She explained that Jesus appeared to her at this time and spoke to her, saying that if she promised to abandon her vanity persona, he would save her. Upon her recovery, Matthews ended her performing career by cutting off all ties with Hollywood and shunning her former life in show business. She devoted herself to being a born-again Christian. In '95, she said, "When it came to the Lord Jesus Christ, I threw out about 1,000 tapes of mine. Every interview, every tape, every video, everything. Jimerson Phillips stated, I was there in her apartment at the Grand in the Sherman Oaks when she just started dumping things down the incinerator. I grabbed some of the items, including a painting titled Tailspin by famed artist Olivia, a cassette hand painted by Prince of unreleased music, and an assortment of other items that I didn't want to see go into the trash. I even had to go down to the office and ask them to retrieve her gold album she had thrown away. After a kidney transplant in 97, she dedicated the rest of her life full time to Christ. She made speaking engagements at churches worldwide, and she headed Pure Hearts Ministries in Fremont. In 2010, she released her autobiography, Blame It on Vanity, Hollywood, Hell, and Heaven. Now, due to kidney problems resulting from her decade-long cocaine addiction, had to undergo 20 minutes of peritoneal dialysis 5 times a day. She underwent a kidney transplant in 97, but her health worsened in 2015 after she was diagnosed with sclerosing encapsulating peritonitis. She died in Fremont, California hospital on February 15, 2016 from kidney failure, age 57. She left much of her estate to her church. After cremation, her ashes were scattered off the coast of Hawaii. Now, studio albums, including White Album and Skin on Skin, Vanity 6, of course, in 82. Solo singles, Pretty Mess, which did really good on the dance and R&B charts in the States, top 15, 75 at the pop, Mechanical Emotion, top 25 in the U.S., and Under the Influence went top 10 R&B and top 6 U.S. dance. Other singles include Seven Heaven, Animals, and Undress. Now, soundtrack appearances, The Last Dragon and Action Jackson. 99 Prince album, free backing vocals. What Time Is It the Time to Walk, spoken vocals. And she also appeared on El DeBarge's Secrets of the Night backing vocals. Music videos in 82, Nasty Girl, He's So Dull, and Drive Me Wild. 84, Pretty Mess. 85, Seven Heaven, video clips from the movie The Last Dragon. Under the Influence in 86. And also He Turned Me Out, a song performed by the Pointer Sisters from the soundtrack of Action Jackson. Vanity's co-star in the movie, Carl Weathers, appears alongside her in the video. Now, filmography, a lot of Canadian stuff, we'll go over it. 1980, Klondike Fever, Terror Train and Tanya's Island. 85, The Last Dragon. 86, Never Too Young to Die, with John Stamos and Gene Simmons. Of course, 52, Pickup with Roy Scheider and Anne Margaret. Deadly Illusion, which she appeared with Billy D. Williams. Action Jackson with Carl Weathers. Science fiction movie Neon City, which played Reno. She was on a movie South Beach, an action crime thriller with Fred Williamson and Gary Busey, directed by Williamson. Da Vinci's War, directed and co-written by Raymond Martino. And of course, the Kiss of Death thriller, which she played Blair, which was Vanity's last role. Now on TV, DC Follies, the new Mike Hammer, and Miami Vice in 87. The Miami Vice episode really drew a lot of interest because a lot of people thought she was retired. She did TNT, of course, the Mr. T series, Friday the 13th series, Booker, Memories of Murder, Tropical Heat, Tales from the Crypt, Silk Stockings, Lady Boss, Highlander, and Counter-Strike, a lot of Canadian stuff. Now, again, Playboy model in the 1980s. Now, for me, I didn't really understand exactly why she felt she needed Prince as a mentor. She had a really strong talent. She could sing any type of thing. She could play. The thing I really compared to it, I know this is a weird reference, but you see a young Halle Berry and grow into an actress. I saw a lot of talent in her because people from that part of Southern Ontario, especially in the arts, extremely talented because they come from mixed backgrounds. They can play a lot of parts. I think it would have been interesting for her to maybe get into televangelism in her home country of Canada, but she wanted to help out in the States. But from what a lot of people are telling me, she had her issues, yeah, but she had a heart of gold when it comes down to it. But every time I watch Purple Rain, I think, well, you know, Prince was making interesting decisions at the time because there was a lot of sexuality and a lot of religious overtones and a lot of egotism, but the talent was there. But I mean, you look at what it called the Prince universe. You know, she played a big role in that, and I really think that a lot of what Prince did from that era, with the time and different stuff, he owes a lot to her because she was his muse for quite some time, like the key years, as we say, when Prince was Prince, not the kind of the the person that made bad decisions. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what we're doing here with our vintage 1980s podcast, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. I really think Vanity is one of the most underrated performers of the 1980s. And I do miss her because I saw interviews with her when she was clean and sober, and she was just a tremendous young lady. I mean, and she's Canadian because we're very proud of all our actresses. We were, when my dad found out that Vanity was Canadian, he said, "What do you expect?" He said, everybody likes Canadians, so that's the way it goes. So Vanity, rest in peace. You are missed. Bye.